shouldn't even cross my mind. Remember the fit in the room. Why you want problems with me? I'm the one getting.
What's up, MP?
The National Basketball Association and the Dallas Mavericks are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing up, using improper language or entering the court spectators engaging in any behavior are subject to ejection and discipline. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or a room station. Thank you. You will be here on next man Sunday, the first 15,000 fans in the building will receive their own Fans Day t-shirt. That's a great way to show off your man's pride. Fans, don't forget about our fire giveaway. Come to the game with the family and your free Maverick bobblehead.
Wow, you need to get here to get something that they were giving away free Maverick headbands.
That call, 6'7", number 77.
Good evening, everyone. This is the fourth, and now the Grizzlies, Chums, had a tough season, but boy, did they find a gem with G.G. Jackson.
To get a player like that,
check in for Jaren Jackson.
Number 4.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Bane pairs up with Jackson to form the forward pair. Shake and bake out there with Morant. And it's Edey in at the 5, roaming the paint. And on the way from Irving for 3, and it's rebounded by Morant.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And on the way from Irving for 3, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
The fire that Irving plays with, average. I mean, you can feel it. When you make a 3 on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
Shake and bake, no good. Dallas has gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys in the field.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying.
You know, I like how Irvin also keeps the defense guessing, keeps them off balance, and he's so crafty and creative around the basket.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Lively. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Thompson. Memphis also making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Santi Aldama comes in for Jackson. And Smart subbed in for Morant. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Dinwiddie's checked in for Dallas. Here's Smart. The shot, no good. Nice D from Doncic. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
There's 38 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Dinwiddie passes to Doncic. Washington with the screen on Smart. Doncic against Smart. Doncic with the bucket. Doncic has got 9.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Shake and bake, no good. Stripped it away. Puts up a deep three. He can't get that one. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary.
It seems like with these younger teams coming, we may be witnessing a transfer of power in the NBA. What do you think?
It's really due to the parity that we're seeing in the league, and we haven't seen this much parity in a really long time. It's wide open for teams in both conferences, in the East and West, to claim that top perch. We have to give the league a lot of credit. There's tons of parity.
Which I think is leading to expansion talk, correct? We've got so much talent right now, we can kind of let it ooze out a little bit to some other areas.
Certainly expansion, a couple more teams in the league, but the league really loves where they're at now. And any given year, anyone can win.
They got Powell, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Irving. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Grimes in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Sinks the three-pointer. 10 points for him.
Irving knows exactly when to let that shot go. He's a knockdown threat from deep for sure.
Here's Shake and Bake. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Powell finds Kleber. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap's numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Powell with the steal. Here's Grimes, still without a basket. Mr. Irving. Kleber with a screen on Morant. 5 to shoot. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players over in Europe. In any of those regions, they do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States and play basketball at the highest level in the NBA. And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of flux, and players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone in Anthony Edwards to look up to.
Shake and bake, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection.
So it's the Dallas Mavericks riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Happy you could join us. First up, let's talk about the players of the week. For the West, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
You could tell that teams aren't sure how to defend SGA. He gets into the lane so easily, and he can also hit the 3-ball.
And now how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
Their pass.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And after a very lopsided first half, Mavericks leading by 16. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth, we've got Morant. Marcus Smart is out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Shake and Bake, and it's Huff in at the 5 down low.
A dependable stretch for Washington is also somebody who continues to look to improve every year in the league.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
Shout out to them for getting to the foul line. They've been the aggressors, taking that ball to the basket, and they've been able to knock down a good percentage of those free throws.
And it's blocked.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Irving. A shot. They get it again. Powell in the high post. Takes the 3. Irving misses. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Here's Shake and Bake. Aldama with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. The shot's good.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen.
And Shake and Bake picks up the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him. G.G. Jackson. He's checked in for the Grizzlies. Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. Jacks up a 3. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. The Grizzlies.
Substitution A court.
Six-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Powell. Doncic with it. Locked up there for Powell.
Tell you what, very few players have the playmaking ability of Luka Doncic. This guy is special with his vision and passing.
Smart passes to Shake and Bake. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Boy, were they resilient, ending the group round at 2.
Pin up, Martha New Day.